Well, thank you, Chair. I want to be brief. I'm not going to read a speech because I know many people want to contribute to this debate. And as you know, the European Parliament last week voted on a resolution. And we had what I believe was an exceptional debate because it was extremely lively and it changed the processes even within the Parliament itself. From my side, we have to be careful about why we're having this conference on the future of Europe. Is it about the institutions or is it about people? And frankly, I will start with people first. And I think if we take that as our core principle behind this conference, we can work around the structures and the engagement of institutions. If we do it the other way around, I think we will fail our people and fail what we were trying to achieve. It's important, as the Vice President of the Commission has just outlined, that there is increased support for the European Union. And that is perhaps on the back of a deep conversation about what Europe is following the Brexit vote. And I think we should be aware of that people were not as engaged as perhaps they should have been. We did not fully discuss things like the single market and customs union. And the Brexit debate sadly allowed us to have those deep conversations. But we also face a lot of challenges where fear is being embedded in our citizens, if you like, fear around migration, around security, fear for their economic futures. And I think this conference on the future of Europe should address many of those core issues. And I'm really happy to hear that the Commission President has instructed and has asked that we start at ground level, at the roots of Europe, the regions. It is going to be complicated because it's a big union. I wrote down the word family here, and the European Union is a very large family. I come from a reasonably large family, and there are always different relationships within that family. But when we're threatened from outside, we unite, and I hope that the European Union reflects that type of family and that the outcomes from this conference are not predetermined. I have yet to meet a citizen who said to me, I want treaty change. And therefore, we do not go into this conference with the idea that we will have treaty change, but rather we listen to the concerns of citizens and then decide if a treaty change is required, because obviously that has implications as to how it is ratified in different member states. But it is a new decade, a new Commission, a difficult process when we were assembling that Commission. The issue of the Spitzenkandidaten certainly was complicated, and we do need to have a discussion and perhaps better planning as to whether we agree or believe in that process and then how we communicate it with citizens. So we have an opportunity to engage with everybody who is interested in the European Union at grassroots level. When I first became involved in COSAC, I said very clearly, and I will repeat now, that the European Parliament is united with national parliaments. We are all elected by citizens, and therefore we should not be in conflict, but rather we should work stronger together. And I very much heard the comments of our German colleagues around participation by national parliaments in this conference on the future of Europe. And that is why I am going to stop my contribution now, because I want to hear from all of you about your perspectives, and I assure you that I'll bring your views back to the European Parliament, and that we hope that together, when this starts, it will begin with us all agreeing rather than having a bumpy start. We do not need that, so let's prepare well, take this opportunity in this format to get our views across, and more importantly, be prepared to compromise, because even I find that difficult sometimes, but it is essential in order for us to deliver on what our people want. Thank you.